Hey guys, what's going on? IntenKid91 back again on Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I got a nice gameplay for you guys. A little bit of domination on the map Infection. So I'm using the Pharo. Was working on that SMG. Finally done with it as of right now because this gameplay is from earlier this week. I just never uploaded it or did a commentary over it. But I'm using the Pharo. And I think at the point of doing this, I was using Quick Draw, Rapid Fire, ELO, and possibly Long Barrel. I might have loaded it up that way. I don't remember, but definitely the Pharo, so I wanted to bring you some gameplay with it. And then I was using the Hellstorm Wraith and the RAPS. So this was before I prestiged because I just unlocked the Wraith today for the current prestige that I'm in. So this is a pretty old footage. But I wanted to bring you guys this gameplay for two reasons. First of all, it's a good score, so I thought it'd be entertaining. And then second of all, there's another Easter egg on this map that I wanted to point out, which you'll see once the first round comes to an end. But for those of you that are new or maybe just coming across this video, I exposed probably the biggest Easter egg I've ever seen in Call of Duty, which is actually on this map. And I made a video about it a little bit ago, so if you go back you can see it, but it's basically it has to do with how there's a city on the side of this map and what that city is. And then actually, well, playing this game and doing this recording back, I think on like Monday or something, I noticed the second Easter egg, which we'll be seeing here once round one ends. But it's a pretty good gameplay. I get my RAPS twice. The second one comes right at the end. I start off a little slow in the first round. My team was not that good. They were getting kind of crushed here, 57 to 90. They just didn't seem to be able to defend anything. As you can see right here, we're about to get triple capped. So what my objective was at this point was just trying to get control of B and just posting up around B so I could keep the enemy from really getting into the B area and past B, to allow my teammates that weren't that exceptional at this game to kind of be able to move up and take B with a little bit of ease. So once the score disappears here, the 62 and 100 in the scoreboard, see where on that sign right above my gun it says Foy City, Belgium? Now for a lot of people that don't know this, Foy was a map in the first Call of Duty, and that church that you can see right now, that I'm now actually facing, was like the huge center point of that map. And not only was Foy a map in Call of Duty 1 for the computer, it was actually depicted, well, they didn't really attack, no, they did attack Foy in Band of Brothers. So the episode, I forget what episode it is, it's later on, it's once they're in the Ardennes forest. But they go, it's Belgium, and then they attack Foy, and that's the one with, whatever, Captain Dyke or whatever his name was, where he becomes an idiot, and then Lieutenant Spears runs through the enemy, the Germans and Foy, to link up with the other company and never get shot. So that's another thing I just noticed. So this map we're depicting is Foy, and then on the side of the map is Carentan. So two old Call of Duty maps from the original Call of Duty. Both of those maps were in the first Call of Duty. So that's pretty cool. I was glad I noticed that. So the second round is where I start getting stuff picked up here. This building is amazing to kind of just float through. You can pick people off there. You just always got to watch your back though. So I'm trying to pick off kills right now. We got a UAV, so I don't really need to check my back as much, which is why I called in the Hellstorm at that moment. Because unless somebody had Ghost, then I'd get a little screwed. But again, you just kind of check both areas. My team isn't too heavy on the front side, so I need to watch both. Obviously, now I can see a teammate's in the back entrance. Not the B stairs, he's at the back entrance there. So I wasn't focusing on it. I was focusing more in front of B. This guy just completely screwed me over with his trophy system in the Hive. So I guess that's one way it can get countered. I'm always talking about how you can't counter any of these frickin' specialists, but that was one of it. So, but while the gameplay plays out here, I got another topic actually I wanted to talk about. This kind of just popped into my head and figured I'd make this video the commentary for it. So there's a lot of stuff floating around how people are trying to boycott supply drops and all that stuff, which all the stuff that people talk about in the YouTube community for Call of Duty is kind of goofy, and I don't know, I never understood why people do what they do, but I always just like to sit back and observe. That's the type of person I am. But I did want to comment on one thing, and that is how Activision, who basically has the rights to Call of Duty, is going to eventually shoot themselves in the foot with what they're doing. they're going to essentially turn into what happened to the car business. Now, I'm in the car business. My family's been in the car business since the 60s. So they've gone through the high times, the low times, the high times. It's a roller coaster, as everything else. But it's also an industry that was plagued by horrible customer service and everything. And one of the things that we have right now is we have a ticket for a brand that has been doing exceptional and has had the most growth out of any brand. And the number one reason why is because the manufacturer listens to the consumer. They listen to the people that are buying their products. When people complained about something, the next year they fixed it. When people wanted something added to the car, they put it in next year. They take people's feedback and now have a huge customer satisfaction rating, and consumer reports are the number one reason why the brand is taking off. Activision's gonna shoot themselves in the foot. They're gonna just do what they want and not what the consumer wants. We don't want space warfare. We don't want jumping. We want regular Call of Duty, and they're not doing that. It's gonna bite themselves in the foot eventually. People are gonna stop buying the game. It's gonna slowly trickle. And on top of that, now they're coming in with these supply drops where it's really bad. I mean, it's literally like the car business. They overprice what you get, and then they scam you with a bunch of other shit. They don't do that anymore because times have changed. It went from where we didn't have to cater to the consumer as car dealerships to now we have to kiss their ass. We have to kiss the consumer's ass because we were plagued by so many bad things. And they're just going to end up shooting themselves in the foot because in the end, the consumer's not going to be satisfied. Sure, right now they think that they're just going to keep selling the game and we're going to keep buying it, but eventually we're going to get tired of it. And we're going to get sick of these dumb little gimmicks they keep putting in here, like supply drops and all that stuff. So it's going to disappear. These microtransactions are going to disappear. It's like they're just not doing it the right way. There could be a much better way to do this. And honestly, if they just listen to the consumer, they'll probably make up the sales in the game that they wouldn't have for doing microtransactions with supply drops. It's just stupid, the fact that you have to have, or there's a way to spend real currency to get fake game currency. The fact that that ever existed in video games is really stupid. Like, is The Legend of Zelda gonna allow you to purchase rupees with real money so you can buy upgrades in the next one? Like, is that what it's gonna come to? Who knows? I have no idea, but I think they're gonna wake up eventually, and they're gonna have to start listening to the people that are purchasing the games instead of just putting out what they think is great, what the next developer thinks is great. Because how many people work on this game? 100 maybe at minimum. I don't even know. And then how many people are buying it that don't work for the company? So they're creating something that they think is good right now, when only 100 of them are going to be playing it and probably not even buying it for full price. And then they got the entire public that doesn't want any of it, and they expect to make money. It's stupid. They're gonna really screw themselves over in the end. But there's been a lot of stuff floating around about Call of Duty and all this stuff, and I just think Activision needs to start listening to the consumer. And it's not just the YouTube community, it's the consumer. And the only reason they can get away with this shit right now, honestly, is because kids don't know any better. Young people don't know any better. They don't know how to speak their mind about that stuff. You know, they just get what's put out. So I think down the road things are going to change. So I just got my other Wraith here to get back to the game. There's my second RAPS, however, we're at 196. So there was a moment in my little rant right there where I was going ham in that building, man. I got so lucky. I was turning on people. I was shooting people with my last bullet and getting the kill. So if you didn't notice that while I was arguing, whatever you want to call it, check that out, because that's pretty cool. I like when stuff like that happens in Call of Duty. That's always the fun part. So let's get the final scoreboard up here. 47-5. Figured I'd post that. Not a horrible KD. I feel like anything less than 5 deaths and a decent amount of kills is a decent gameplay and should be entertaining. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like rating, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again for watching.